Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for this tutorial. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. If you are already an existing subscriber, thank you for joining me once again. Today we are going to look at how we are going to design this beautiful logo that you are seeing right here, how to get these beautiful flowers in shape and then create this whole new very colorful, beautiful logo that you are seeing right here. So without wasting much time, let's see how we are going to do it. So first of all, I am going to shift this one up here so that it will be our reference point. So to create that beautiful flower logo that you see right there, first of all, we need to create a circle. So just click on the ellipse tool. It will give you this pop-up, and then let's use the figures 200 by 200. Okay, all right. So we have our logo created, we have our circle created. Let's create another one. This time around we are going to make it 100 by 100. All right, so from here what we are going to do is we are going to merge these two together. We are going to align the smaller circle at the bottom of the bigger circle so that they will both align at the bottom, okay, in a very straight way. So what we are going to do is we will select both of them and then click on the outside circle, which is a bigger circle. Come to the pathfinder. Okay, the pathfinder is here on this menu item. Come to the pathfinder and then you come to align. Okay, you come to align and then you align to the key object. See, we've written align to key object. You select that one and then you align it. You distribute objects to the bottom. So you see it's written vertical distribute bottom. Okay, so once you click on it, you see that the smaller circle has aligned to the bigger circle at the bottom. Okay, so that's the effect we were looking for. Now let's just make a copy of this smaller circle. You will understand why very soon. If you want to make a copy of any object in Illustrator, you just click on Alt on the object and then you drag it out. It will create a duplicate or a copy of the object for you. So that's exactly what I did here. So you select both the bigger circle and the smaller circle. Now that they are both aligned, you come to the pathfinder and then you minus front. Okay, so we are punching a hole into the bigger one with the smaller circle. Okay, so we are using the smaller circle to punch a hole into the bigger circle so that we would get a hollow space here. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. To make sure that the smaller circle is on top of the bigger circle, you can click on the smaller circle, you right click, you arrange, and then you bring it to front. Okay, then it means the bigger circle is behind the smaller circle. Okay, so you select all of it and then you come to the pathfinder and then you minus the front. Okay, so right now it is no longer two circles. Right now it is just one circle, but it looks as if it's two circles. If I should drag it up here for you to see that it's hollow. Okay, it's hollow. Good. So that is the effect that we wanted. Now I am going to draw a vertical and a horizontal line at the center of this circle. Okay, so I select the pen tool and then I click on shift and then drag a straight line, a straight vertical line, and then with the help of the smart guide I am getting the edges right. Okay, so good, this is it. So now what I'm going to do is you select the horizontal line that you just created, you go to object you go to path, and then you divide the object below. Okay, and then you select the vertical line, you repeat the same thing, you go to object, you go to path, and then you divide the object below. Okay, so right now what it has done is that it has divided the object that we created into many parts. So we pick the part that we want, and then we delete the part that we don't want. Okay, all right, so for this part we don't want them. This is the part that we are after. So now let's bring back our circle to place this way. Good. Let me just increase it a little bit. Okay, so this increasing and decreasing in size, I'm holding shift and then alt. It will give you equal increase and decrease of any object that you select. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is to create our beautiful flower. And to do that, we'll select this particular object that we have created here, and then we come to pick our pen tool. And then once you click and hold the pen tool, you see that we have add anchor point and then delete anchor point too. Okay, so in this scenario we are going to delete one anchor point. It's the one at the top here. So select the delete anchor point and then come and then delete this particular anchor point. Hold on a bit, let me bring it out and then delete it. Okay, all right, so right now that it's deleted, let's bring it back to where it belonged. Good. Okay, so with the anchor point deleted, we now create, we punch this one in a little bit so that it will be able to create our flower for us. Okay, so now that the flower has been created, one of the flower has been created, you come to select the rotation tool. Once you click on the rotation tool, you select the flower and then you click on the rotation tool. It gives you the rotating point. Okay, so you see that there is this particular point right here that is giving us the indication that if you are to rotate this particular object, it will be rotated around this point. Okay, so what we want to do is we want this flower to be created in a rotation around this particular circle. So we'll select the anchor point here and then drag it to the center of the circle where we want it to be rotating from. Okay, good. So once it is done, you click on alt. You see that it has changed the icon there to more like a double arrow. What it means is that anywhere I drag it to, it will create a duplicate of it, and it is rotating it around the center of the circle. Okay, once I get the second image like this, I release both of them. Okay, then from there what you can do is you click on Control and then D to duplicate. Okay, so you can duplicate it however number of times that you want. So for the purposes of ours, we are just going to maintain this 4. Okay, so now you see that our flower has been created beautifully. So now I think our center circle has done its job, and so it is no longer needed. Bye bye circle. Good. So now we have our flower in the making. Okay, we are not done yet. We have our flower in the making. So right now what we are going to do is we are going to select all of it and then convert it into a fill object. So initially it had these strokes without the fill, so we just convert it into fill without strokes. Okay, and that is going to help us to be able to distribute the colors that we are going to be needing to do the work. Okay, so right now what is going to happen is we will select all of it once again and then come to Pathfinder like we did and then divide all of them so that we can have individual shapes from within this one as well. Okay, So you select all of it, and then you come to here and then you click on divide. What it has done right now is that it has given us bits of shapes in between. Okay, right now if I click on one, you will not see it because they are grouped together. So what you do next from that is you select all, and then you come to object, and then you click on ungroup. Okay, once you click on ungroup, it now gives you the opportunity to be able to pick and choose which particular object you want to work with within the flower framework. Do you see that? Now it's giving you the opportunity to be able to pick which one you would want to work with. So this is what is going to give us that edge to be able to create our color gradient or our flower gradient. Okay, so now let's just bring it a bit closer to our flower so that we can see the colors that we used. Okay, all right, so for the first one we used black, so let me just use the color tool to pick the black. Now for the second one, which is this one, we are going to pick the previous color, which is the black, and then come in here and then reduce the color to a lighter color, a lighter version of the previous color. Okay, so that's what we are going to do to all of them so that we get that our gradient. All right, so you see that even though they are both black, this is less black, or this is a lighter version of the black than the previous. So we'll do the same for all the rest. Okay, so let's bring it closer a bit, then continue doing it that way. Okay, so we select this one, we pick the previous color, and then we give it a lighter version. Okay, so we'll do same for all of them. Pick this one, pick this one, and then give it a lighter version. Okay, so we come to the next one, which was this color. Pick the second one, the previous color, this time a lighter version of it. Okay. All right, so we do the same for the last one, which is this, the previous color, and then a lighter version of it. All right, now this is blue. Let's pick our blue, pick our next object, blue, and then a lighter version of the blue color. Okay, I think that was too light, but I mean, we are learning, so select it and then yellow. All right, so you can see that our beautiful color has been created. So now let's give it some depth of field. Okay, let's create a certain kind of, so if I should bring this one here, you see there's this shadow around it. Okay, so that's what we are going to attempt to do. Now our color has been created and it looks really beautiful. So what we are going to do is we select all of it and then group it again. Okay, select all and then group it. You click on Ctrl G to group all of it. So now they are all one object. We can no longer pick the individual segments of the whole flower. Okay, so once we do that, we'll copy, we'll go to edit, copy, and then edit, and then paste in back. Okay, then we would select the color for all of the ones that we just copied and then pasted at the back. We'll select a black color for it. Okay, once it is done, it is there but you cannot see. Okay, it's there but you cannot see. So if I should just release and then drag it aside, you see that it's there. The ones that we copied and then pasted is there but you cannot see. So what we are going to do, that is what we are going to use to create that shadow behind it. Okay, so what we'll do is what we'll do is we would select that particular uh, that particular that particular item, okay, this particular one, and then what we'll do is we'll come to effect, and then we will add a blur effect, okay, and then we'll add a Gaussian blur effect. Then we'll reduce the effect and then click on OK. Or let me just increase it a bit and then click on OK. Once I do that, you see that we want it to be seen, okay, we want the blurry effect to be seen, so we are just going to rotate it. So like we did to the previous one, we click on the rotate and then we rotate it at the base, not at the top. We select the anchor point, we select the anchor point and then bring it to the base here, okay, so that we can be able to drag it out just at the base to give us this particular effect, okay. So we'll just punch it back just like so, okay. Then we go to effect, blur, Gaussian blur, apply new effect, okay. All right, click on OK, and then we now reduce the opacity so that it will not be so visible, okay. Good, I think this is fine. So it has given us that field of depth, okay, to it. All right, so after that, what is left is our logo type, okay. So we just pick our type tool and then we start typing. Type the name of the company that we are working with. So here we are just going to say color bow instead of rainbow. Instead of rainbow, we are using color bow, which is okay. So color bow is our logo. All right. Okay, so that's basically about it. We are done. We are almost at the finishing end. If it's a registered venture and you want people to see that it's a registered venture, you give it your registered icon. So you select the ellipse tool. Okay. And then I just want the stroke around it. Okay. I'll group all of this and then reduce the size a bit. And then we bring it up to where we want to show that it's a registered logo. All right, so that's it. We are done making our very beautiful and colorful flower logo. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned something from this logo design. If you have any questions, please consider writing them in the comment section below. I would attend to it. If there's any video idea that you also want me to make a tutorial on, you can also let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this and you gained some value from it, please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and then share with your friends as well so that they can also learn some little bit of what you have learned today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.